right, welcome back. It is Monday. We're going to play some Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader.
None shall stand in my way. I'll lay claim to the stars.
One of the Fon Valencia's trophy rooms. Perhaps you would like to take a look around after your audience with the Lord Captain.
That'd be nice.
What's happening?
You're getting murdered is what's happening.
Run! The servitors have gone berserk! Annihilate them!
Alright. Boop, start the battle. Look at him shamble forward. Biffed. Double biffed. Right there. Gonna go ahead, shoot this guy.
Too easy.
Pop. And we're gonna go ahead.
I'll pass.
And I guess we're passing the turn. How could you miss? He was right there. Oh my, you're gonna get biffed. And I'm just go ahead and shoot him. I guess
I don't have time for this. Suits my purposes.
you go do the thing. See, look at you doing the thing.
What suspiciously poor timing for such an accident. Servitors malfunction on the officer's deck at exactly the same moment when the rogue trader and her heirs are gathered here. I have blocked all passages between the upper and lower sectors of the residential decks. If this is a deliberate attack, it should stop the culprits from advancing their plan.
Yeah, look at those peoples.
I'm afraid I must remain here. For Lady Theodora's safety, I have to oversee the execution of these orders personally. I hope you will have no difficulty reaching the observation platform on your own. It is just at the end of this corridor.
Sounds good. I'm now going to loot bodies.
A new challenge for me?
Ooh, a tarantula sentry gun. Lehman Russ battle tank. Violet alloy. Black shard. Massive golden something or other. Strange object.
I won't tolerate weakness.
Oh my god. Can you just not say something?
It's about time.
That is simply irrational, Lady Theodora. Assimilation into the trade structure would be political and economic suicide. Practically an admission of heresy.
Then suggest an alternative that will satisfy me. I have described the situation. No worse than my seneschal could have done. Make a decision. What will you do with Ion 6, Edelthrad?
Your first impressions of Edelthrad, who appears to be about 30 years old, is of parchment-like skin stretched over tightly bundled mass of sinew, implants and bone. The nervously twitching fingers, the face twisted in a slight tic, and the jerky movements are all signs of some illness or defect that has taken over his physical form. In stark contrast to Edelthrad, Theodora von Valencia's features appear as if they were carved from marble, eternal and indestructible. Head raised, proud posture, hands collapsed, casually behind her back. Everything seems to emphasize the difference in stature between her and Edelthrad. Behind the two seems to be two more men, one gray-haired officer of impeccable bearing who's studying the contents of a data slate, and the other is a behemoth bristling with holsters and baldricks containing all manners of weapons.
Our second candidate has joined us. Approach and give me your answer. Consider this hypothetical situation. Ion 6. A new world on the fringes of the Coronis expanse. High seismic activity, regular magma eruptions, metamorphic rock deposits, prospects for large-scale mining. The world is populated by natives who worship some heretical underworld spirits that protect those who offer them sacrifices. Flights of fancy, you might say, but attempts to install ore extractors have failed for the second time. The mining crews sent to the planet's surface simply vanished overnight. My question to you is, what would you do with this poisoned treasure?
The spirits could be natives named for dangerous aliens. I'd first verify if that is indeed true, and if the population of ZeroHP. There are ways to confirm whether this is witchcraft or not. It might cost several psychers to do so, but it will give us the answer. I'm a former carpenter. I would continue sending in people, one crew after another, until someone succeeded in the service of humanity. These reports of spirits certainly sound like evidence of heresy. However, I would put my interests first, no matter what it means to have riches. Let's go with there are ways to confirm whether it's happening. It might cost several psychers, but it will give us the answer.
Thorough, but presumptuous. It took me a great deal to find one psyker who could serve me well for many years. Yet you speak of several.
Sanctioned psychers are rare and valuable instruments of the Golden Throne. Or do you suggest that we use heretics, who are an offense to the God Emperor's light? It would be rather careless of you to utter such profanity in the presence of his faithful servants.
I gave a straight answer to a simple question, which I understand was still more than you could do. Yeah, let's do that.
Insolent, ignorant upstart. How dare you?
Edelthrad, I believe I gave you an assignment on this ship. Explain to me then why my senior congregator is still dawdling about the officer's deck, instead of proceeding to the middle decks to commence the inspection of the compartments in his purview.
Damn.
I beg your forgiveness, Lady Theodora. Your presence has such a profound effect on me that I well forgot the time.
Bootlicker.
So, why are you here? You are direct. I approve. But you will have to wait. There is something I want you to understand first. My name is Theodora von Valancius Massimo of Scaris. I am a rogue trader in the service of the God Emperor of humanity.
Yeah.
And my rights and freedoms are vindicated by a most sacred relic. The warrant of trade, kept aboard this very vessel. Mine is the honor to venture into the darkness, beyond the Imperium, and carry humanity's light where powers wicked and heretical reign, and bow death and ruin to us all.
Fun.
It is my decision alone to determine the fate of whatever I find past the bounds of the explored void. Every world I discover, along with all there is to find thereon. Resources, people, riches, and mysteries, is mine by right. I command millions of lives, rule over numerous planets, and possess fortunes that no planetary governor or commander could dream of amassing. And you are one of those with Fon Valancius blood in their veins and a rightful claim to this inheritance when the hour comes.
Oh. Well, neat.
Oh yes, you would be, wouldn't you?
Absolutely.
The question is, am I ready to choose you over the rest? You came aboard hours before the warp jump, and have not yet distinguished yourself in any way. As things currently stand, I have doubts that you are suitable for the role of rogue trader.
Okay.
Blood right alone is not enough to earn the high honor of becoming the bearer of a warrant of trade. Nonetheless, your abilities and talents may yet prove useful. If not for the role of Lord Captain, then for that of their closest ally. Alas, even those responsibilities can at times be too challenging for those who share your blood. Kunrad Voitvir served me for many years before he made his mistake. I have some time before the navigator gives the signal to initiate the void ship's translation out of the warp, and my presence is required on the bridge.
Is that so? Perhaps the technomats were careless during maintenance. Or it could be the warp playing tricks on us in spite of the Geller field. Or perhaps there's something to all the stories about the ship being possessed after all.
Lady Theodora, for the God Emperor's sake, surely you do not intend to start repeating idle rumors spread about by uneducated riffraff.
Enough, Abelard. Such hearsay amuses me. Idira eagerly retells me everything she learns from the whispers
Oh,
of
dang,
her
it's Monday.
advisors.
It is Monday.
This ship is thousands of years old. It has enough hidden nooks, malfunctioning cogitators, and unused compartments to make ignorant folks speak of specters dwelling inside the bulkheads and plotting against those who yet live.
Where is this ship headed?
The Rykad system, the domain of rogue trader Winterscale, one of my peers and rivals.
And
Besides
bedmates?
me, 2 other rogue traders exist in the Coronis Expanse, and each of them possesses resources comparable to mine. Perhaps you will one day assist House von Valancius in surpassing both of them in affluence and splendor.
Yes, this is my first night of playing Rogue Trader.
I set the course for Rykad on the demand for a very specific reason. Perhaps I shall yet apprise you of the purpose for this voyage, but now is not the time.
What are my current
Observe,
responsibilities?
learn, absorb. It will take time for you to find your bearings aboard this vessel and in your new position. Eventually, I will
Theodora's
find a
hair.
post that suits
Yeah.
you as I did for Edelthrad.
Oh, hair.
Until that time
Yeah.
comes, consider
she got like a
yourself
beehive
my
weave.
aide. Sometimes I forget that people without direct access to a ship's bridge may not know the first thing about how a void ship travels between the stars.
Tell me more.
Vessels such as this one are capable of leaving real space and traversing into the warp, an otherworldly dimension of cruel and unthinkable forces. By entering it under the protection of the Geller field, we shorten the route to our destination, crossing distances that would require hundreds of years in a matter of weeks instead, sometimes in days or even hours. That is how humanity spread across the galaxy.
Like herpes.
That is how we were able to build the Imperium, which spans millions of stars. In that case, I shall head to... Disturbances reported on the adjacent decks. Seneschal, if the need arises, protect the new blood. It is possible that the chance to prove your worth
Right.
may present itself sooner than you may have anticipated.
Oh man, I get to prove myself. Prove it harder, senpai.
Submit, and you'll die quickly.
Your Emperor won't save you! Emperor, protect me.
One fewer target.
Abelard kicking some ass.
Death to the heretics!
Mort
Out of my
flaming
way.
some dudes.
Death to the weak!
Alright, well. Let's hop here. And we're gonna
Forge ahead!
and then we're gonna oh, can I give it to no? What? No, not. I guess we're just gonna shoot this guy then. Boop. And go.
Nothing I can't do. You didn't stand a chance. Death to non-believers! Just a minor setback.
Such is the will of chaos!
Pink. Oh, look at him parry that attack. Oh, come on, Theodora.
I've seen worse battles than this in my time.
It provokes attacks of
Care of this
opportunity.
One fewer target.
Fuck, man. Abelgard's fucking some ass.
I've suffered worse.
Alright, well, I guess I'm gonna finish off Theodora.
Suits my
Dude.
purposes.
Oh, even I missed. Well, that's shoddy.
I serve the ruinous powers!
Alright, well. Kill that guy. There we go.
Reduced to dust.
Abelard's just killing everybody.
Die.
Alright, well, I guess I'll come over here and let's see if I can shoot this fucker.
Not my specialty.
Oh, alright. Well, I guess we'll just move
I
here.
shall not fear.
Oh.
Thanks, gotta
Whew,
have.
from across the board.
Mort, take a team with you and clear a path to the transport line. Do not let a single whoreson survive. Didn't bat an eye when that scum burst onto the deck, huh? Not bad. I have seen many an officer who panicked at the sight of combat on the upper decks. The false sense of security offered by their position makes them that much more vulnerable to the harsh realities of warp travel. Mort has gone on ahead to clear a path for us. If you want to make yourself useful, go after him and see if the Arch-Militant requires aid. And be quick about it.
Follow my lead!
Going after Mort. Going after Mort. Going after Mort and dodging bullets. Serpentine! Serpentine!
Thank Providence you are alive and well.
Always on time, eh, Coonrad? The moment we finish chasing the
Right.
riffraff around the deck, you show up.
So many heretics.
Always just after the fighting's done. You could set your chrono by it.
Mort, hold yourself together.
What, did the Lord Captain send you to chivvy us along? We're all done here. I'll report right away.
Shitty.
Master of Whispers, what is happening on my ship? The Voxnet is silent. The Voxmaster is not responding. Armed assailants have stormed the officer's deck, and my arch-militant just destroyed several more heretics on the way here. Is this a severe case of warp madness? Have some of my crew lost their minds and forgotten who they are and whom they serve? Report!
Yeah!
I have not yet received word from the Engineerium regarding any Gellerfield failures, but communications were already unstable half an hour ago, and now they have ceased altogether. Whatever the cause may be, the consequences are spreading fast. I am receiving scattered reports from the middle decks, and the only Voxcasts from the lower bays are one-way heretical gibberish. That the madmen have already reached the officer's deck suggests that this outrage was planned in advance. Perhaps this is an organized mutiny.
Lunatics, fools, heretics.
Burn 'em.
This ship houses thousands upon thousands of people. Pernicious thoughts and warp-induced delusions could have tainted any one of them. It is a difficult notion to accept, but such risks are inescapable. First, we have to confirm that the bridge and the navigator's sanctum are secure. And I have the means to do both things at once.
Damn.
Edelthrad, where is he? I must know if he is unharmed. A psyker aboard a ship that is potentially being assailed by the warp could pose a greater threat to himself and others than a whole army of madmen with improvised weapons.
I tried to locate him, but the last thing known about his movements is that he arrived on Transitional Deck 18.
You didn't leave us too long ago.
Master of Whispers, find Edelthrad immediately. Seneschal, locate Tlas and the Sister of Battle. Both are to remain at my side. Arch-Militant, with me. I must go to my study. And it appears we might encounter heretics along the way.
If I may, Lord Captain. Transitional Deck 18 is at the heart of the disturbance, and if our goal is to bring Edelthrad back, I could use some support. After all, I'm not as adept at directly confronting enemies of the House as the esteemed Arch-Militant, and taking into consideration Edelthrad's psyker powers.
Then it's settled. Find Edelthrad and bring him here. In whatever state you find him. This elevator leads to restricted compartments such as my personal chambers and the bridge. Do not let me down. I require you both. Do you understand?
I hear and I obey.
Move out! Mort, come.
Are you ready to head to 18? It is a long walk, and you do not even have proper gear.
I shall make my due, lead the way. I have a proposition since I'm the more important person here. You can go in front and shield me from potential threats. You had better not fail me. The Lord Captain made it clear that relying on you is fraught with risk.
Oh, certainly. Lady Theodora would be devastated if she were to lose one of her precious heirs. But that is no longer relevant.
Oh. With a pop and sharp crack, something hits you in the abdomen, and you are consumed by unbearable, gut-wrenching pain.
Yeah.
I promised you special destiny. It's time you fulfill it. Oh man, I just got shanked. I got cutscene shanked. That's no good. Wake up, whap.
Careful, careful. Be gentle with our guest. He has an important mission to complete during our visit to the Warrant Chamber. And for that, I need him breathing. Oh, you are back with us, I see. Delightful.
Ah, come on. Give me my controller back. I need to... There we go. Two-faced scum. You're the one behind the mayhem.
How perceptive of you. I'll help you with the next insight. I need you here for your blood. You have the option to share it voluntarily, or I will squeeze it out of you myself.
Awkward.
We are in the anteroom of the Warren Chamber, this void ship's most hallowed vault. There, beyond those gates, lies the relic that gives Theodora all of her power. The sacred Warrant of Trade. Only one obstacle remains on my path to obtaining it. The gates of the chamber are guarded by the Sentinel, an ancient device that will only open the door to a true heir of the dynasty. I expected to do this part myself, but never mind. You will offer your blood to the Sentinel.
Why are you doing this? What is it, inbred? Is your blood too thin? You know what? Fuck it. Yeah, let's do that.
On the contrary, the Warp's blessing has raised me too much above your kind, Fon Valencius. The Sentinel refused to submit to me. But you can help. After all, isn't that what family is for?
Oh, well, look. My coercion succeeded, so let's go for it.
Wretched. What do you know about wretchedness? Theodora's cur. Are you hoping to buy a grain of her indulgence with your blind loyalty? Oh, I know this delusion. But thank the gods it no longer has power over me. Humanity can rot. I no longer serve mortal kind. Once my work is done, I'll make that pompous wench, Fon Valencius, watch as I sacrifice her entire dynasty and commit their fate to the gods. And you will be the instrument by which I will accomplish this righteous act.
I'll do as you require, but I will find a way to make you pay for this.
I doubt it, my dear. But that's enough talk. Fulfill your destiny.
In the gateway arch, you see a cogitator with the human likeness built into the front panel. As you approach, the torso twitches slightly. This is a servitor, an obedient automation created from the lobotomized human being. The Sentinel turns its head to you, one of its eye sockets lighting up with two ember-like irises. Sure, let's let's examine the device. You carefully inspect the design of the gate. What immediately catches your eye is the strange alloy that was used for the material, for the machine's components, some of which are unfamiliar to you. You suspect this might be some kind of archaeotech relic. I gained 20 experience. The servitor and the gate begins to move. With the screeching and groaning of metal, it leans forward. Closer to you, its lower jaw opens with a drawn-out shriek, much wider than a jaw of a living human could. The servitor's mouth is filled with sharp metallic fangs that glint in the dim light. The vid screen to the right of you lights up, showing strings of mysterious symbols and green background. Whisper runs through your consciousness, insisting, demanding sacrifice. The voices that fill your head after wounded you with his blade did not go away. On the contrary, their source coiled itself into a tight knot somewhere in the depths of your mind. You look around in hopes of finding at least something that could work as a weapon. Your search is in vain. The chamber anteroom is completely empty and in perfect working condition. Nary a broken panel or protruding piece of rebar in sight. The sentinel jaws clamp around your hand, puncturing your skin and sinking into your flesh. A few dark drops fall into the servitor's throat, and immediately you hear humming as the servo motors start up and the pumps stir into motion. The vid screen of the cognitor flickers. Several long minutes pass, the sentinel's jaws remain closed, and you are beginning to feel sick. Perhaps if you were to lean against the gate, you could catch your breath, maybe even close your eyes and pretend none of this ever happened.
High levels of caustic humors. The subject is in a state of heightened stress. Do you require assistance?
You do not understand where the quiet voice is coming from. Crackling like static. Is it the sentinel? Is it the cognitor? Is it a figment of your weary mind? Whatever it is, you clearly hear every word. Yes. Pain shoots through your head and subsides just as quickly. It would seem the entity collided in your consciousness does not have the ability to do any real harm.
Request accepted. Initiating defense protocol.
Uh-oh, what did I do?
Well, there is still another way.
Oh, okay. You ran like a bitch.
Victory awaits.
Guess we'll go in here. What we got? Anything fun? What? That is a big-ass piece of paper. Let it be known that by my will and true words of this document, I appoint the person to be the bearer of the warrant of trade and bestow upon them and their dynasty to be the paragon of humanity, unbroken by adversity, to walk brave first into darkness, to unite and reclaim the lost, to triumph over nightmares untold, to hold boldly the reins of fate, to walk steadily the rune's thorns. I can't read that fast. There's definitely more than that. Oh, hey.
Escort the child of the house to safety.
What madness is happening here? Who are you? Who addresses me?
Temporary obnubilation following acute stress. Mobile unit of the Warren Sentinel standing by.
Are you the Warren Sentinel?
Mobile unit of the Warren Sentinel designed as a personal escort of the child of the house and a means of communicating with the rogue trader's subjects. Mobile unit standing by.
I need to contact someone, preferably Theodora.
Voxcast frequencies disrupted. Initiating setup. Establishing connection.
Voxmaster, restore communication with the navigator's sanctum. I am trying to contact the bridge. If anyone can hear me on this frequency, regroup all available forces and head to the upper decks at once. I repeat, regroup all available forces and head...
Communication protocols breached. Signal latency assessment unavailable. Unable to establish two-way connection.
Alright, I need a weapon.
Distance from the current location to the nearest arsenal. Initiating situational calculations.
Servo Skull goes silent. Its relays clicking several seconds after seconds pass, and you realize that the Servo Skull will not answer you.
Middle and upper decks. Assuming the probability of safe placement in areas of concentration of armed units. Calculating. To prevent unauthorized units from breaching the warrant chamber, preemptive sealing must be initiated. The mobile unit will start executing the received order immediately after the safety of the warrant is secured.
Alright, well, let's
A new challenge for me.
close the thing. Whoop, seal the chamber. Oh, he didn't make it out. Oh, I guess he did.
Master, whatever are you doing in the warrant chamber? How did you... Throne preserve me. What is the meaning of this?
Coonrad is the traitor. When we parted ways on the officer's deck, he stunned me.
What?
He intended to take revenge on Theodora for something. Trying to reach the warrant was somehow part of the plan.
Oh, holy God, Emperor. I presume he is the one responsible for the mutiny. And, Master, I wish to remind you that you are to refer to the Lord Captain as Lady Theodora.
Openly admitted mastermind. Why don't we leave matters of etiquette for another time, so it would seem. But he's not here, and we have a mutiny to end.
Saint's blood! Then it is small wonder that the heretics are so well organized. I thought his order to seal the passages between decks was his attempt to stop the attackers from spreading to other levels. But now I see the real reason. It was to stop the enforcers from intervening. At least you are alive, and now safe, Master. Alas, I doubt we can afford to look for a compartment to sit out this disaster. You're in a bad way. I can treat your wounds. I have a Medicaid kit with me. And for the love of the throne, now is not a good time to be walking around the decks without means of self-defense. Here.
Alright, let's see here. Nope, that's the wrong button. Is it this one? Nope. Is it this one? Nope. Nope. Okay. Let's pause. There we go. Inventory. Alright, I want to throw this in my main hand. Throw this in my other hand. Pop that on. And you will go over here. Oh, you already got one. Alright, well, that makes things easier. Oh,
I tire of
there we
idleness.
go.
Let's move.
Look no further.
I'll lay claim to the stars.
This one?
Sometimes you consult the appropriate treaties on Tactica Imperialis and weigh every step.
There we go.
Sometimes, though, you just fire your biggest cannon.
Thank you. Now, where were we?
That is a noticeable improvement. Now you're prepared for the trials ahead.
Yeah.
The lower decks are teeming with heretics instigating the rabble to revolt. But that is the least of our problems. The ship's enforcers are rounding up the scoundrels and suppressing the resistance. The situation on the middle decks is much worse, although strike teams have already been dispatched there. All communication with the bridge and the engineering bay was lost. So, apart from scattered voxcasts, we have no information to go on.
Yay!
But that is not the worst of it all. All these jolts and shaking are most alarming. These are signs that the navigator and the master helmsman are having difficulty translating the ship out of the warp and into real space. I fear that they may have already lost control. We must reach the navigator's sanctum and get a handle on the situation. If we can manage that, some aboard this vessel may yet survive.
Done. Let's go to the Navigator Sanctum.
Absolutely. Let
To arms, loyal sons and daughters of the God Emperor! Fight the heresy and corruption that threatens to consume our home, and with all your might, destroy those who have dared!
The Lord Captain is calling her crew to battle, which means the Vox networks are set up for broadcast transmission, not message exchange. Splendid.
Splendid.
While the rogue trader inspires proper resolve to fight in her subjects, you and I shall prove that her trust in us is well deserved. On. Closed ranks.
Your Emperor won't save you!
Yeah, that seems like a good place to start.
Let's see how they respond to this.
Well, actually,
Already done. Nothing I can't do.
and then let's biff this
Not a
guy.
problem.
Biffed. Ah! I'll have my turn. Okay. First,
At your
we're gonna
beck
do
and
this.
Indeed. That's not the Seneschal's job. I will do my duty. One fewer target.
I bring ruin!
Oh, look at that parry.
I serve the ruinous powers!
Damn.
I am your doom!
Just shot his own people.
Chaos guides me!
Pain and duty go hand in hand.
Oh, that was too fun.
Suits my purpose. Nothing of value
Oh,
has been
damn.
lost.
Look at that. 2 in 1 go. Can I do this again? No. Alright. And we'll just go ahead and boop.
I took care of this one.
One parried. Alright, can I come over here
Victory is imminent.
and dink? Oh, I guess I couldn't make it all the way.
Crush the people!
That guy's aim is garbage.
My ears are ringing.
Alright, well. Biff. And now can I do this on you? Well, you can go ahead and just punch this guy. So let's pop you there. And then we'll just biff you there.
One fewer target.
Just slow sauntering. And then we will pop you there. Oh, I'm out of action points.
Such is the root of
Opposing me
chaos.
was your biggest mistake. None
man.
shall stand in my way.
Take it all. I'm greedy. I want all your shit. Alright, let's level up, shall we? Boop. Level up time. Boop. So let's see, my commerce is is not over there, but I've got skill value of 35. Nice. Well, the boy better, I don't know, grew up to not be a heretic. Alright, let's see. Oh, it's shenanigans, alright. You know, let's go with persuasion. I want to be more persuasive. Apply. And you are going to get more athletics.
Follow my lead.
Alright, let's build the Navigator Sanctum.
The Navigator Sanctum.
Oh, I went too fast.
And so, he will enter the halls of the blinded guide and witness the radiance of the final dawn through the cracks and fall victim to a whim of fate.
Master, watch your head. Idira, would it be too much to ask that you phrase your soothsayings plainly for once? That was too close.
Sorry, old man. The voices are so loud I can't even hear myself. They shriek, they sing, they... Oh, Abelard, how they sing!
This is Idira Tlas, personal psyker and diviner of Her Ladyship Theodora von Valencius. Idira?
I'm not drunk, old man. I'm suffering the effects of the warp that is seeping through these walls. I see the ship's fate. To die in the waves of the Immaterium, fall under the burning rays of the final dawn. And in the roaring blaze, I see a figure standing. Who is it? I have no answer.
The entity in your consciousness shrinks and calls in deeper, its claws scraping against the walls of your mind, as if the presence is trying to hide from the seer standing before you.
The voices from beyond
Right?
the threshold whisper to me. Sometimes their murmurs are clear, they grant insight. Sometimes they drive me mad. But I am patient. I know how to listen and discern. But now, with this clamor around me, too many voices, too loud. And you are von Valencius, one of Lady Theodora's heirs. Well then, we finally meet.
Officer's frequency. To all who can hear me, those with a weapon in their hands are to gather on the officer's deck at once. I repeat, gather on the officer's deck at once and prepare to launch a counterattack.
That's Edelthrat. Oh, Emperor's Providence. The other heir lives as well. Quickly, we must head to...
Not so fast, old man. If we drown in the warp, Lady Theodora's heirs won't be any good to us. If Edelthrat's like me and hasn't yet surrendered his mind or body to the mercy of the warp, then he can still hold on a little longer without us.
Blast it. You're right. First, we need to deal with what is happening here.
What are you doing here?
The whispers called me. The ones I could make out among all the screams and screeches. Those who are rocking this boat hit us where it hurt. They went after the Navigator, our guide through the warp. Other whispers called me to the Engineerium, but it was too late. I heard the cry of our Master Cog, and the silence that followed.
What? You don't mean the Engineer Prime is...
Dead, without a doubt. And the voices wail, heralding countless nightmares, cackling at each soul among the hundreds that are now joining the warp. The shriek from the Navigator's sanctum was louder than the rest. And it's better that we saved the Navigator than some lever puller from a cooling module or a cook from the middle decks. Oh no. No. Nothing is well about him. Can't you feel the chill crawling on your skin? The eyes watching you? The warp ice has already encased the bulkheads. What follows is calamity.
She's fun.
But we're not just going to stand here and take it, are we? The state of things in here suggests there's a navigator around. Maybe one who's crippled or at death's door, but still kicking. And since our skin hasn't peeled off our faces just yet, his third eye must be closed. At worst, it's a little roughed up. So what are we moping around for? Let's go protect that noble mutant while we're still alive.
I hope so.
I won't tolerate weakness. It's about time. Death will find you soon enough.
I'll turn you into corpse starch.
No, you're gonna put you over here. And then we're gonna put me here. And then we're gonna put you right there. And go. You will start by screaming at this guy.
Farewell.
His head exploded. Oh, that's amazing.
Not this
No?
Scryer's job.
No. Oh, that's right. This party, like a defense buff, if you will. Right, you're done.
Let's make it quick.
Ow.
Out of my way.
Dodge that bullet. Alright, let's start by first doing this. Then we'll come over here and pop this guy in the face. Then we'll come over here.
At your beck and call.
Did I not? Oh, well, I guess I don't know how to use his abilities. Or they dumbed him down so that way I can't do Murder Hobo in the first.
Curse you, miscreant!
Ow! You shot me!
My tactics are flawless.
What is this? Personal allows you to re-specialize the caster of the ability once. You go do your thing. Come on. Shoot this guy.
Nothing I can't do.
Yeah. Can I do this from here? No. Okay. Then what we're gonna do is we're gonna move you here.
What is this foreboding?
Duck, duck, duck. And then we're gonna do this on you. And then we'll scream at
But
you.
of course, what an unfortunate turn of fate.
There we go. Oh, you get to go again. Alright, alright. Oh, let's scream at this guy.
Will do.
a non-believer. I took care of this one.
That's right. Run away, bitch. Go there. And then smack him with your sword.
Follow my lead. One fewer turn.
I played through the tutorial, so I'm, for the most part, know where this is all going. The creature in the chair appears as if it has become one with the throne. You see pink parchment-like skin stretched between the seat and the limbs that have too many joints for a normal human being. The navigator is breathing heavily, the air whistling as it exits through the two dark, gill-like slits in its cheeks. The creature's eyes are shut, the two ordinary eyes as well, as a third one sits on the center of its forehead.
I believe Master Vespider still lives. Well, the servants are dead, but the chamber, thank the Emperor, is still sealed from the warp. Well, we have a chance of leaving this place alive.
Your time is short.
Fall to your knees, mortals, and behold the final dawn.
Ah! It came from beyond. His body is not his.
Idris screams is echoed by the silent cries in your head. The unseen creature triumphs at the sight of the navigator succumbing to the paroxysms of corruption.
Its march thunders under the burden of hopes. Unseal your hearts, and I will flood your souls with myriads of words and meanings, each one a portent of salvation within me.
The navigator continues to convulse violently in its seat, shrieking and cackling, but then his fit stopped abruptly. His face is drenched in black and crimson, and the dark ooze under his third eye turns from a trickle into a stream mixed with blood coming out of his nose. There is a purple swelling around his eyes.
Run. Flee from this place while I still have the strength. I can contain the intrusion, but not for long. We must begin the translation. Leave the warp. But it can't be done without the Master Helmsman's help.
The ship can only begin the translation with the assistance of the Master Helmsman, if he is still alive. It is worth a try. We must get to the bridge, but we will need support. Our only option is to fight our way to the officer's deck and join forces with Edelthrad and his people. I believe we will also find Lady Theodora there. She must have heard the call to arms that the servo skull relayed to us earlier.
Vespidus, good luck. And thank you.
The navigator does not give her a response. Black tears mixed with blood are streaming from under his closed eyelids, and the vox at the base of the chair is bellowing static, interspersed with distant echoes of otherworldly laughter.
Victory awaits!
Oop, oh, I didn't collect the stuff on the ground. Oh, that's because I think cutscene happened before I could.
I'll lay claim to the stars.
Alright. Officer's deck, officer's deck. We're gonna go to the officer's deck. Now that's a hell of an elevator. Ah, he didn't make it. He didn't make it.
Your ship's as good as ours. It's all over for you.
I shall pity not your enemies.
I shall heed not their pleas.
Somebody shoot this man!
I shall betray not your tenets, nor stray one step from them. Take not your gaze from me. Leave me not without your grace.
I told you he would protect us.
My God, my light, my Emperor.
Yeah. The white-haired warrior turns to face you, her dark eyes blazing. The weapon quivers in her hand. For a brief moment, it seems she's not going to stop and will intend continuing eliminating every target she sees, starting with you.
Sister Argenta! Sister Argenta, it is a relief to see you. We require all the forces we can muster.
Your face, it is unfamiliar. Who are you? The hour is dark and daunting. Ship abounds with corruption. The faces of friends are twisted by sneers of heresy. The eyes of comrades ignite with the archenemy's hunger. I will do what I must to halt the advance of the dark forces. But in these dire moments, little can be trusted. So I must know, why are you here?
Sister, I beg of you. Now is not the time for interrogations. The ship is under attack by heretics. We've been betrayed by our esteemed Master of Whispers. Edelthrad the Heir is waiting for our aid, and Lord Captain Theodora is expecting a report on our success. We are here to deal with the situation, so I suggest we all do just that.
I am no traitor, sister. You can be sure of that.
If you speak truthfully, the Emperor will not forsake you. If you are lying, you will not escape his retribution. I cannot wait to rain righteous fire down upon each and every heretic.
Oh God, I like her too. What is the warrior doing on the trader ship? Yeah.
Sister Argenta is a guest of the Lord Captain. And that story deserves its own time and conversation. Under more appropriate circumstances.
Enough idle chatter. I am where I must be, and that will suffice. Through this door, I shall join you, for it is my duty to the God Emperor to destroy this heresy.
We will follow. For now, we will hold off any heretics who might try to crawl in through the cracks to join the main assault. And we'll take a look at the generators while we're at it. Those villains made a mess of the cables. Oh, I wish we had a Tectomat with us. But we'll see what we can do without one.
Good to hear it. Sister?
Ready. May Terra's light illuminate our path through fire and darkness.
All right.
Follow my lead!
Oh, hey. Stuff. I like stuff. Whoop. Are you a dead crew member?
I won't tolerate weakness!
Or stuff. Stealing stuff from a ship. Alright. Boom. Let's go.
A new challenge for me? I'll see you terminated!
Alright, I guess we'll toss me here. We will toss Abelard here. We will toss you here. And sister, we will toss right there. And go.
I serve the ruinous powers!
I serve the ruinous powers.
Chaos guides me.
All right. First we're gonna go ahead and boop.
Was it you? Or
And let's go ahead and pop your head. Oh, I don't know why, but that's always fun.
I bring ruin.
All right. You know, let's hop right there.
Never wavered in the face of adversity.
And then we will pop that on
Already
you.
done.
And then we'll just smack this guy.
All too easy.
And, yeah.
I am your doom!
Alright. Yeah, why
Doubt is
not?
for the weak.
She did absolutely nothing.
Faith without deeds is worthless. As the Emperor commands, I act.
Damn, her aim is garbage. Alright. Abelard, let's start by doing that. And we're gonna go ahead, kill that guy. Yeah, we'll kill this guy.
I took care of this one.
And yeah. Oh, all right.
It will be done.
Look at him trying to hit me. Alright. You are going to go ahead, pop that on her. Gonna go ahead and
But of
explode this
course.
guy's brain.
Be gone.
And then we'll call that your turn. Alright. Yeah. We'll shoot this guy.
Forge ahead! Nothing of value has been lost.
Oh. That might have been a mistake. I did that.
Suits my purposes.
There we go. And then we will call that my
Out
turn.
of my way! Death to the weak!
Crush the feeble!
Good thing you're bad aim. Boop.
I will not.
This can't be used when melee. Alright. Then let's shoot this guy.
I refuse. This is unacceptable.
Fine.
I will bathe this battlefield in righteous fury.
Well, you know what? Let's go ahead and reload because you
I'll do it.
have not done great in that regard.
Indeed. Once you a target.
Alright.
It will be done.
Death to non-believers! I serve the ruinous powers!
at you?
No can do.
Oh,
That
well.
is not my destiny. Not this Scryer's job. Anything else?
Oh god, that's fun times. Alright, let's hit you with that ability.
Was that you?
And then we'll call that your turn. Alright. And we will go ahead and smack both of these guys. And you have used...
Not a problem for me.
The enemies of the Emperor will be undone!
Alright.
God Emperor, move through me! Feed the fire in my heart!
Damn. Alright. That guy is still there? Alright, let's take care of that guy.
Tried and tested tactics are the best ones.
And then we will...
At your beck and call.
Chaos guides me!
I'm not so sure. On it. What an unfortunate turn of fate.
I don't know why that's so entertaining. But you, can you do that to yourself?
But of course.
There we go. Now everybody's got fun, brainy stuff. Alright, so I think that's the last guy. So we'll pop you there.
Let's see how they respond to this.
And then we will shoot you.
Already done.
Maybe.
You didn't stand a chance. It's about time.
Collect all things. Collect all the things.
None shall stand in my way.
Collect all the things. Zakrak the bomb void ship sits on the pedestal.
I'll lay claim to the stars.
Logic.
Excellence matters.
Alright. Just collecting stuff.
Follow my lead.
Just collecting stuff. Demolitions, go!
I fetter myself through my service.
I did fine. Victory awaits. Done.
Duty prevails.
It's about time.
Do anything else I can ransack and take from you?
I won't tolerate weakness.
sister. Pull up the door.
Never doubt me.
I'm always ready.
Alright. Let's level up, shall we? Bring it down, sure. Endure. I like it. Yeah, level ups. Expose weakness. Alright. Revel in slaughter. You had a... What's a PR? Does anybody else have that? No, only you have the PR. What is a PR? Boop. Can't select it. Oh. Not important.
New challenge for me. What is that?
Take it. Take it all.
I'll lay claim to the stars.
The roaring flames ring in your ears, and the choking smoke makes you cough and gasp for air. You instinctively recoil from the scorching heat, wiping your face. A moment later, a hazy silhouette forms in the raging wall of fire. You're surrounded by ear-splitting noise and screaming, yet you distinctively hear the sound of footsteps, and then you see a figure walk out of the fire towards you. It is Theodora von Valencius.
Are you lost, my heir?
An apparition. A sorceress. Apparition. Trickery of the warp.
Sister, you will lower your weapon. Threatening the Lord Captain is outrageous.
I doubt you are aware of the limits of what is possible. For your worldview is but an iota of what a rogue trader knows and sees. But I can tell that you would like me to share that knowledge with you. That power over reality. I can lead you out of these flames, show you a path, rid you of pain, and give you a weapon so that you may defeat your enemies.
Your mouth begins to salivate. Each word Theodora speaks is like music to your ears. The entity now dwells in the deepest recesses of your mind is pleading, begging, demanding that you give her an immediate answer. And that answer can be nothing other than acceptance.
Do not listen to this abomination. If there is naught but his light in your heart, if you are resolute in your faith, then step into the flames. The Emperor protects. His faithful will not be deterred by either darkness or deceitful promises. Nor will the fire burn those who carry the torch of faith in their soul.
Oh.
To the void with you. We need to follow Lady Theodora before we suffocate in this furnace.
The people! The survivors from the middle decks! We must help the crew! Lead them out! Find a way around!
Then we'll miss our chance to meet up with Edel. What are we waiting for?
Alright, let's see. We got Dogmatic. Walk through the fire. The Emperor will guide us. Will guide the righteous on their path. Heretical. Accept the offer of help. Take my pain away and give me power. Iconoclast. Get the people off the bridge. I will not leave people in harm's way. Ooh. Ooh, that is... I don't know, Billy. Part of me wants to go Dogmatic, but part of me wants to go Iconoclast. Which one do you think I should do? Done. Then we'll go iconoclasts. You look away, and the illusion breaks. The unbearable heat instantly makes your skin burn, and the voices of the people beyond the shroud of the smoke grow stronger and hopeful. Once you and your companions rush back, barking orders and guiding the survivors, in your determination, you completely forget about the Theodora, and when you turn your head, you see nothing but billowing fire.
None shall stand in my way.
Where did it go? The thing that was in front of us in the fire? I could have sworn. To the same place all unholy visions go. Do you want to follow it, witch?
Oh god, I hope that
It's
kind of
about
banter
time.
happens more. Yeah, let's shoot some things. Ballistics, go!
I better myself through my service.
Alright.
Victory awaits.
Right?
Too late. We are too late. Or perhaps Edelthrad and his escort never made it here. Which would be even worse.
Or they could be fighting on the bridge as we speak. Without us.
My lord, I beg your pardon for interrupting. The people are asking for orders. You came back to save us. So now we will follow you through thick and thin.
To the bridge. If Edelthrad is there, then he requires immediate assistance. I say there is one thing that I find most troubling. The Lord Captain's Voxcasts. They are still coming in, even though it would make sense for Lady Theodora to be on the bridge right now, at the head of the counter-assault. I feel uneasy. What if the Lord Captain is besieged in her own chambers? With your permission, I suggest that we confirm for ourselves that she is not. We can use the same elevator that Lady Theodora and Mort headed for earlier.
I won't tolerate weakness.
Open door.
We need to investigate.
Alright, we'll investigate. There's a purple box. I want to look at the purple box.
I noticed something. A new challenge for me?
I must loot everything. Plasma conduits blaze their energy capable of powering a
None
vast
shall
void ship.
stand in my way.
More stuff. More stuff. Must loot the entire ship. Alright, boop.
I'll lay claim to the stars. Victory awaits.
Hey, it's a bed. Maybe I'll be able to make bed later.
Follow my lead.
The Emperor does provide. Alright, let's talk to Mort. Boink.
It's about time.
Theodora von Valesius's body is sprawled on a large, blood-drenched desk. The Archmilitant's corpse, still clutching a weapon, is slumped against the bulkheads.
Emperor, accept thy faithful souls. No! Lord Captain, I didn't hear a thing. Not a whisper. not a breath. It was so loud. Why didn't I foresee this?
Lord Captain, who would even dare? Unless that rat, Voidsphere. It could have happened in the heat of battle. Not to mention that Mort was here, and he would have protected Lady Theodora to the last. How could Mort have failed her so terribly?
I mean, he is dead.
The Arch-Militant was born on a death world. He had lightning-fast reflexes.
I can look at things in my own way. If you find something that might bear the imprint of the killer, just give it to me, and I'll try to see what secrets it holds.
You lean closer to the body. The cause of death is apparent. What ended the rogue trader's life was an auto pistol shot, an extremely accurate one at that. Theodora's face bears the expression of surprise, the last emotion she experienced in life. Would you try touching Theodora? Boop. Alright.
It doesn't work like that.
Well, then don't be a bitch about it. The auto pistol shot went straight through Mort's forehead, spraying the floor and the furniture around with his blood, brain matter, and shards of skull. The safety of the Arch-Militant's weapon is off. The killer must have been a split second quicker than he. Shards on the desk. It is difficult to say what exactly was broken. The object fell to the floor, and as much as you can ascertain, upon closer examination, the shards appear iridescent rather than completely transparent, as if they had been submerged in promethium. Reports, accounts, dispatches. You go over the scrolls until you stumble upon a document that is starkly different from the rest. It is handwritten letters signed with the initials XC and a seal with a symbol that is vaguely familiar to you. A shiver sends a shiver down your spine. The author of the letter addressed to Theodora von Valencia is signed with the seal of the Holy Ordos of the Emperor's Inquisition, the secret police of the Imperium that relentlessly hunts heretics, Xenos, and other enemies of humanity. And I gained 20 experience. Alright, what do these shards tell you?
I see streaks of color, luminescence, blue lights, faces drawing closer. Lady Theodora and Conrad and what is that? Ah! Something dark, enormous. Oh, this glass thing was something foul, that's for sure. Tainted witchcraft.
You can tell that Argenta's remark is directed at the glass of shards. You cannot tell if it's... Nice. We had best be on our way.
Yes, the crucible of battle calls to me once more.
No, wait! We must see if we can find anything.
Idira, you can't bring her back. Let her go.
You'd give up so easily, old man? I expected as much from the sister. It's not like she has a heart. But you? Oh no. I'll get to the bottom of this. I'll find the one responsible for murdering the Lord Captain. And when I do, that scum will regret the day they were born.
I won't tolerate weakness.
Oh, hey, goods. More goods. Oh, I can put on stuff. Inventory. Here we go. And You put that on? Sure. I have a cape now. What is this? Seal. Alright, I now have goggles. I can have a shotgun. Range 6, range 2. Maybe not a shotgun. Oh, that was the wrong button. Let's see. Is this better than mine? No, it is not better than mine. Multi-key. Operator's glove. Yeah, let's throw some gloves on. So that was the shotgun. My gun's better. Ooh. Go. Got more damage. Alright, let's pop over here. Let's give you a helmet. And I don't think you have a pistol. Let's give you a pistol so that way you got something to shoot at range. Your sword is better. Alright. Crazy lady. Same. And you have a pistol? Alright, look at you. Let's... Alright, Sister Argenta. I want to give you the shotgun? No. Could do that. Sure, let's do that. Alright.
None shall stand in my way.
I've got a cape now. I've got a cape now. Do.
Feel my wrath.
Alright, let's do this. I'm gonna put me. No, that's Abelard. Abelard will go right there. He's a man built for running in. You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna go right here. Hydra will go right there. Sister will go right there. And go. First, we're gonna 1 round allies in 3 real cities. Deflection bonus. Yeah. Deflection bonus.
It will be done.
Yeah. And then we will go ahead and just.
I'm not interested.
Well,
my
be interested and do some smackaroni and cheese.
Took care of this one.
All right. And then we're gonna go ahead and.
At your beck and call.
All right. Well, I guess we're out of moves. So we're just gonna boop, end your turn. We're gonna go ahead.
Suits my purposes.
And we're gonna shoot you.
All too easy.
What does this ability do? Bring it down. Grants an ally an extra turn with 2 AP and no MP. Sure, let's hit you.
I can't do.
And then... boom.
Anything else?
I'll live another day.
Ooh. I guess I took some damage from that. Right. And then I guess we will go ahead and do that. We'll call that a turn. Target rich environment. Yeah. Sister Argenta. Wait a fucking. What is this? I didn't even do this. I should have done this.
Doubt is for the weak.
We'll go ahead.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
Boom. Alright, that's all you can do. You are going to
Will do.
that. And we will go ahead and do that.
Anything else?
Wow. Then we will
do.
make him super brainy, and you're done. Yeah. Oh, Jeebus.
Brace yourself, Abelard.
I serve the ruinous powers.
Abelard's just fucking tanking it. So let's go ahead.
I will do my duty.
He will do his duty.
I've seen worse battles than this in my time.
You're gonna smack that guy. And then you're gonna go ahead and run over here. You are gonna go ahead and stand right there. And you are going to shoot that guy. Really?
Already done.
Boom. Kill that guy.
One fewer target. Nothing I can't do.
What does your ability do? Grants momentum 6. This ability grants an additional 3 momentum for each enemy that is. Alright. Hit you from here? I can't.
On it.
Dead.
Will do. Anything else?
I bring ruin.
Pain and duty go hand in hand. Follow my lead. I took care of this one.
Victory awaits.
Yeah, stealing stuff from the dead people. Oh, another level. Alright, let's see. Daring Breach. Ooh, what do I want to give you? Contempt. Whenever an enemy attacks the warrior's next melee attack deals an additional 5 damage. Every 30 minutes? Fuck. Epicenter of Slaughter. Whenever the warrior is attacked, they gain +1 stack experience of slaughter until the end of the combat. Start of their turn, the warrior gains 1 temporary wound for each stack. Sure. Let's do that. That sounds like a pretty solid thing. Alright, let's see here. You get dismantling attack. Cool beans. Whenever the operative attacks an enemy that is full wounds, that attack deals 10 plus perception bonus or per bonus. What is per? Yeah, perception. More damage to that enemy. Sure, fuck it. Right. Firearm mastery. And exploit surroundings. Cover efficiency is increased by 10%. And 20 for half. Deals damage. Their critical is increased. Rack and ruin. Soldier deals damage to 3 different enemies. Soldier gains camaraderie for each adjacent ally. Yeah, let's do that. Cover bonus. Alright. What do I get? Finest Hour. Grants an ally an extra turn with full AP. Blood of Martyrs. Whenever an ally uses a heroic act, they gain temporary wounds equal to 10% of their max. Commanding Voice. Focus. Inspire Courage. Personal Oversight. Steel Resolve. What does Resolve do? Alright, we'll do Steel Resolve. Alright.
Follow my lead.
Your senator.
We shall prevail.
No. I want...
It's about time.
There we go. Now we can...
I won't tolerate weakness.
Oh, hey, goods.
A new challenge for me?
Over.
The first sacrifice opens the eye. The second sacrifice draws its gaze.
What are we waiting for? Just shoot the guy.
Help has arrived. Too late to change the tide, I'm afraid. But if there is any honor in you, we can at least die with dignity and give our lives for the rogue trader.
You look dreadful.
I am still standing, and I have enough strength in me for one more fight. All that truly concerns me is this. Where is the Lord Captain? God Emperor preserve us. The rogue traitor is dead. The ship has lost her Lord Captain, and the house its head. No matter what ritual Kunrad is performing there, the warp is too strong. I cannot withstand it. I feel my body changing with every second. The warp is ringing in the air. This is the end. We will perish in the warp, along with the Warrant and all the dynasty's heirs. The enemy of humanity has triumphed.
I've seen it before. We'd better get away from him. The changes are already accelerating.
I forbid you the thought of yielding. Only by resigning to your fate will you truly suffer defeat. The ship can be steered out of the warp, but we first must restore communication between the bridge and the Navigator's Sanctum.
Then we have no right to bow our heads.
Meanwhile, we're just letting this guy kill guys. You see Conrad clearly in the gloom of the bridge. The broken blade his holdstand drops seem to have pearlescent glimmer on them.
We are out of time.
Boom.
What? Theodora is dead. No, that can't be. Not now. I still haven't.
The ritual will not be completed. I'll take care of it. And you, see to it that the void ship breaks free from the warp. Watch over our realm. And farewell.
Edelthrad, don't! Your ritual won't be finished, heretic!
Except it was. It's a chaos spawn.
I won't heed your cries of mercy.
You'll make a suitable sacrifice.
Alright, so the key to this battle is that these bad guys, he will drain them. So we have to kill them first. It's a pain in the butt. But here we go. First, we're going to take me and put me right there. And we're going to take Abelard. We're going to put Abelard right here. You are going to go ahead and go right there. And you are going to go right here. Yo! So first thing we're going to do
Not a problem for me.
is that. And we're going to go ahead and do
I'll
that.
pass.
Oh?
I don't have time for this.
I guess I don't have time for this.
All too easy.
Okay. Then we're going to go ahead and pop a shot at this
Nothing
guy.
I can't do.
I missed. Great. But that is the end. Alright, let's do that. Do that. And we're gonna go ahead.
Tried and tested tactics are the best ones.
Pop this
Indeed.
guy.
One fewer down.
And then we're gonna come down here.
Victory is imminent.
And
Out of my way! Death to the
Reduced to dust.
there we go.
I am your doom. Weather the storm.
That is not the Emperor's will.
Alright. We're gonna do dumb things with her. We're gonna go ahead, bop, bop, and let's do no. We're gonna.
I'll do it.
Everything into the monster. Go. All right. And then we'll go ahead and go here. And shoot you.
Guided by faith. Eradicated. Faith without deeds is worthless.
You are gonna stay right back here. You're gonna do that. You're gonna do this. She's probably gonna get attacked.
Was that you? Or
And then we're gonna, what does this do? Boom.
will do.
Faith cleanses the body.
That guy just straight up. Alright, so we are going to probably do something dumb. There we go.
My tactics are flawless.
You heard him.
Not my specialty.
Alright, okay, let's go ahead and shoot at this guy, huh?
Losing me was your biggest mistake.
Can I use it on me? No.
My place is at the fore. One fewer target. It will be done.
I'm not injured. I'm enraged.
You heard her.
I will bathe this battlefield in righteous fury. Doubt is for the weak.
Oh.
My faith shields me.
I can't do anything else with her, so we will call that. I think we already did this. And we're gonna go ahead and do that. And then we'll scream. Alright. That'll be your turn.
My soul shall become like fire.
How can you not hit that guy? Alright, I can't do much in terms of that, so just walk. We'll come over give him a good smackaroni and cheese. And then we will... Did you get that? Yes. Have you? Yes. You have not. And then...
Not a problem for me.
Alright. You are gonna run down here and hopefully shoot this guy. Alright. Now if he tries to run, he will die.
I need your aegis, O Emperor. The enemies of the Emperor will be outdone.
Damn!
As the Emperor commands, I act.
Oh, we're just gonna... Oh? Alright.
Why did I not foresee this?
Because you're a terrible psychic?
On it.
Oh. Ow. There we go. We are going to... Oh, I can't. Oh, alright. We are not a coward, so we're just gonna... Bop! Can I give any of you guys this? You can get that. Alright, and then pop you up there. We'll just fucking do that.
At your back and call.
Alright. Hell yeah! Smackaroni and cheese. More level ups. This game seems to be giving me level ups left and right. I like it. Contempt. Yeah. Let's hold people in contempt. Ooh. Right. You know, let's, hasn't really had trouble hitting things with his melee weapon. So let's give him more toughness, right? Toughness. Defines how shrug off pain. Yeah, he's gonna shrug off pain. Alright, there we go. You're gonna get... I believe most of your stuff is based off perception. Yeah, we'll give you more perception. Then what do we got here? At the beginning of every combat cycle, allies gain plus 15% critical hit chance. The first critical hit removes the effect. Okay. Every 9th successful dodge or parry by the Psyker and their allies combined grants an additional 2 AP on the next turn. Alright. Allies under one effect of at least one psychic power gain an additional armor penetration. I like that. More armor penetration. Need more. Alright, what do we got here? We're gonna give you more ballistic skill because you've, like, I don't know, you need to shoot better. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, let's do camaraderie. Alright, what do we got for me? Fellowship. Willpower. Sure, let's get that willpower. Unless, do I want weapon skill or ballistic skill? Toughness. You know what? Willpower is my least stat, so we're gonna go ballistic skill. What do we got here? Deathworld characters gain 15% critical hit chance against targets with bleeding effect or within 50% or less of their maximum wounds. Lifetime of scars. Deathworld characters suffer a -4 damage from fire, toxic damage, and bleeding effects. Tenacity, trusty weapons. What's this? Show them contempt. You know what? Let's do lifetime of scars. Let's get that -4 damage from fire, toxic, and bleeding. I like the idea of being more durable. Alright, there we go.
I'll lay claim to the stars.
And I will steal
Can I
all
fall
the
back
stuff.
now? My prescience has failed me.
Victory awaits.
Okay.
None shall stand in my way.
None shall pass.
The heir is dead. He sacrificed himself to save the entire dynasty.
Rivor, Master Helmsman, systems status report.
By the Emperor, it's the Seneschal, living and breathing. Oh, well, there's a tricky question. The old place is so overgrown with foul wickedry, we'll be scrubbing it off the vid screens for throne knows how long.
I like this guy. 100 people survive in here. We need to establish. Your words seem to knock the officers out of their stupor, and the air around you fills with voices. Commands being issued. You hear someone sobbing. One of the survivors buckling under the stress. Abelard cuffs the crying officer without even looking.
Restore the Vox channel to the Navigator's Sanctum. Ready the crew. Prepare for translation to real space. You may call me superstitious, but translation is not a good time to disregard rules. You are the only one who speaks for House von Valancius. You may not be the Lord Captain, but you, more than anyone else, deserve to take her place in the ritual that is about to commence.
Alright, what must I do?
Take the Lord Captain's seat. Order the final preparations. Wait for the officers to report. Oh, blast it all to the void! Translation is a craft, not something that can be explained in a tick. Just go up to the throne, Master. These people are about to do the impossible. The least they deserve is the solace of seeing a figure sitting in the usual spot. Oh, please, hurry. Every second we waste is a terrible risk.
Doop de doop. The image before you is hazy, swaying in sorcerous currents, invisible to mortal eyes, as if whatever is beneath this thin shell is constantly changing while still remaining the same. It has taken on the guise of Theodora, but the false rogue trader's eyes reveal the entity's true surreal nature. One of Theodora's eyes is engulfed in otherworldly fire, the other, a vessel of ancient evil, bores into you. The voice seeps directly into your brain without ever reaching your ears, and this voice booms with all the horrors of the warp.
Who are you to oppose destiny itself for the sake of lives that are not your own? So many threads stretch between you and other creatures of your world. Pitiful, worthless links, ready to shatter at the slightest touch. A muddled, erratic, pointless tangle.
It resonates and merges with the voices that have already dug their foul roots into your consciousness. A moment later, you realize that all these voices are a myriad of manifestations of the same call that has finally invaded your mind.
Lead them, mortal. Guide them. Persuade them. Force them to walk your path. You will need followers, for destiny is preordained.
The aspirant vowed to return with a trophy, a relic that could serve the edge of daybreak. That fate was assured, and the steps chosen. And yet, you broke the unbreakable when you took the aspirant's place. I see you. On the day when the final dawn rises over the Iron World, I see you by my side on that day. The day of my resurrection.
Your image is woven into the tapestry of things to come. I am the will of the weaver of destinies, and today I will weave a new thread of elusive possibilities and fickle chances. The thread that will lead you out of the maw of irreversibility. The thread that will help you find the keys to salvation. The thread that will guide you and the weapon of our return to me.
The path is set, child of the dawn. The thread is woven. Follow it, servant of mine.
Seneschal, the Navigator's sanctum is silent. The Vox signal is stable, which means...
The Navigator gave his life battling the storm that nearly claimed the Von Valancius flagship. We will honor his memory, along with that of all who died this day.
Seneschal, will you tell us now? Who is that? Where's the Lord Captain?
As First Officer, it is my duty to inform you with the greatest regret and indelible sorrow that Lord Captain Theodora von Valancius is dead. May her memory never fade from the annals of the dynasty.
I like that. Indelible.
By right of blood succession, and with the absence of other kin who could challenge this decision.
No, I refuse!
It is hereby declared that the successor to Theodora von Valancius is her heir, the rightful inheritor of the warrant of trade, and the title of Rogue Trader. The official ascension ceremony will be held at a later time. In the interim, have you lost your tongues? Hail your lord. It is because of his toils that we all still live. The deed is done, Master. My apologies. I meant to say Lord Captain.
I did it. I'm a rogue trader now.
The treachery of the Master of Whispers was fruitless, but victory came at a great cost. Lord Captain Theodora von Valencius perished along with her heir, Edelthrad, and thousands of crew members. Yet hope remained, for the second in line to the rogue trader dynasty survived, and through the strength of his resolve, saved those who were counting on him for protection.
And now I have a ship. Deep shadows of weariness can be seen on Abelard's face. Though the old officer's eyes are keen, they rake over you from head to toe. He frowns, mutters something, then nods to himself. Well then, your lordship. You cannot help but notice that the seneschal does not know how to talk to you or where to begin. His hesitation brings an involuntary smirk to your face, as though someone else entirely is gloating at the old officer's confusion. Seeing your smile, Abelard pulls himself together. You must now hold your first officer's briefing in your new role as Lord Captain. For many of those who are about to join us on the bridge, this will be their first briefing. We sustained massive losses among the senior and middle-ranking officers. Some posts have to be filled by the deputy's deputy, while others go unfulfilled entirely. And now the deck clans are deciding who will take over the leaderless crews. Alright. What is on the agenda for this meeting? Reports on the condition of the ship. The the Lord Captain is not usually drawn away from her important affairs to attend such routine briefings, but this is a unique situation. I am still receiving updates from across the ship. They are not encouraging. Getting the bird to fly could take a gargantuan effort. Even so, even so far as you personally negotiating with the authorities of the system we are currently in. So prepare to hear a bevy of complaints and excuses, your lordship. Take this opportunity to get a good look at the officers who work 6 decks away from the bridge, and in turn they will have the honor of beholding the visage of the Lord Captain. Have you successfully tracked down the dude? No. In all the commotion, his trail went cold. Our people are still on the hunt for him and any mutineers who may still be skulking in the ship's many corridors. But frankly, I would not be surprised to hear that we are now one shuttle short. I'm afraid that it will be some time before he answers for what he has wrought. Let's see, how did we lose so many officers? It appears the heretics were deliberately targeting the vessel's command. They knew exactly whom they were looking for and where they could be found, which is unsurprising given that the informant on board was our own Master of Whispers. There's an altogether more pressing issue. I am ready to start beginning summon. With a gesture, Abelard relays the orders to the agents, and things happen. Alright, a dozen pairs of eyes bore into you, their expression revealing restraint, joy, curiosity, and wariness. Attention, officers, you have been granted an honor. Lord Captain von Valencius will personally conduct today's briefing. Our most gracious Lord Captain is ready to hear your reports. As you wish, Lordship. This guy is our new Voxmaster. It is an honor to serve you, Lordship. Aboard the vessel, you have at your command thousands of crew members and hundreds of officers and section chiefs. I am responsible for receiving, processing, and sending all communications between you and them, as well as external sources. I am your eyes, your mouth, or I am your eyes and mouth, Lord Captain. Beside her is Raver, the master helmsman. He steers our ship along the course, monitors the void around us, and to ensure that we do not stray into an asteroid field or pirate ship. Hail, Lord Captain. This here ship's as good as a home to me, so rest assured she's in safe hands. I'll die before I let her come to any grief. Lastly, our high factotum, who oversees supply procurement and the general material well-being of the ship. It is an honor, your lordship. You may trust me with all matters concerning your comfort. Everything will be done to the highest standard. In the second row, we have people. Vitality. Furnace. Alright. 3 soldiers salute you. Is that everyone? Unfortunately, our chore master, the esteemed head of the astropath section, is unable to join us. He is in charge of communications, distant star systems. Master Weiss has been in a trance for some time now, attempting to contact the other planets in the Von Valencia Protectorate and inform them of Lady Theodora's passing and Conrad's treachery. I will deliver a report to your lordship on the astropath project soon as possible. Abelard, all present, our President, Secretary, deputies, they are here to make records. Alright, perhaps you would introduce those present. I did that. I wish to hear this guy's report. Yes. I can report that all fires across all decks have now been extinguished. The preliminary damage assessment in terms of material losses and crew casualties have been completed. The results have been submitted, and the Seneschal... dig it. The post passes to him after previous... and his next 3 deputies expired in the line of duty. The lad is managing well so far. He can take the heat, so to speak. By factorum, what do you have to report? We are toiling day and night to compile a full account of the losses. The task will require next to no involvement from your lordship. I will personally ensure that all damaged components are given to the tech priest's hands for attention, and that all lost supplies are replaced. There is only one rescue resource that I cannot replenish single-handedly, and that is people. We have lost more than 2,000 crew members. And unfortunately, this number is not confined to the scum from the lower decks, which are easily replaced, but also includes trained professionals. We will be able to make up our losses on the nearest planet. However, this planet, the whole system in fact, belongs to the Winterscale Rogue Trader dynasty. We cannot simply begin recruiting on the planet without first coming to an understanding with the governor. In that respect, I am powerless. Negotiating at this level are a matter of Rogue Trader. Alright, especially true given... especially true given Aligius Winterscale's penchant for attacking first, asking questions later, and the kind of thick-skulled thugs he usually installs as governors on his planets. Drive Master. Lord Captain, the foes that set upon this noble void ship destroyed the repositories of hundreds of machine spirits. The great warp engine entrusted into my charge is unharmed thanks to the thank the Omnissiah, but its spirit mourns its dead brethren. We have not yet identified a prayer protocol capable of assuaging its sorrow and anger. With great sorrow, I must report that the Engine Seer Prime, overseer and spiritual authority of all tech priests on board, fell in battle. The Magos was betrayed by the little flesh that remained part of him, a most terrible loss. There is no one among my comrades aboard whose experience and comprehension of the sacred protocols equals the fallen Magus. We require a replacement as soon as possible. Does someone care to translate the esteemed Drive Master's words? Nah, I'm pretty sure I understand. Sacred protocols, right? Alright, Master Helmsman, deliver us your report. Right. To cut a long story short, the outlook is bleak, the ships sound more or less, but without an engine seer prime and navigator who fell in battle, we have no way out of the system. If we try to set so much as a toe in the warp, I don't know what'll happen first, our warp drive being torn to pieces, or us melting into the bulkheads. Right, 40k lore is. Whew. Your Lordship, if you will allow me to interject, when we arrived in the system, my crew followed standard protocols and conducted a count of all available communication channels in the region. One of them was a Navis Nobilite station. The station maintains complete Vox silence, but even its presence here inspires hope. To have located a navigator in the very system is an incredible stroke of luck, a true blessing of the God Emperor. A sharp bolt of pain lances through your skull as if, in response to what you just heard, you understand that it is not the God Emperor you should thank for your good fortune. The words of the demon that appeared before you during the translation to replace the echo in your mind. I am the will of the Weaver of Destinies, and today I will weave new thread of elusive possibilities and fickle chances, the thread that will lead you out of the maw of irreversibility, the thread that will help you find the keys to salvation. If I were you, I'd grab this chance with both hands, or else you'll soon be eyeing up asteroids to use as your new residence. In slightly less shitty news, we can go around the system till our heads are swimming as long as the promethium and supplies last. And if any thick as Grok's shit lowlifes come sniffing around, we'll be able to take them out, so don't you worry on that score. Alright, Master of Ordnance. No, my job's simple. Maintain the arsenal and fire where I'm told. But just ask anyone. We've got no able crew. No Lord Captain. Master of Ordnance, you forget yourself. So what? The ship's in ruins. Every second officer's dead. And now we've got a green Lord Captain who's supposed to lead us to Void knows where? Silence! Enforcer, seize this mutineer! Boom! Just fucking decked him. If only one officer out of the whole lot has fallen to pieces, that's not all that bad. Your Lordship, I do humbly apologize on behalf of the entire crew. What would you have us do with the Master of Ordnance, the former Master of Ordnance, I should say, besides find a replacement, that is, for we already have one lined up. Alright, let's see. Stand down, release him. I have no intention of punishing a man for a moment of weakness, nor after the terrible attack. Execute him. Experienced Master of Ordnance are few and far in between, so for the reason he may remain at his post, I leave his punishment to your discretion. I don't know, Billy. What do you think? 1, 2, or 3? Should we forgive him? Nope. All right, I'm holding on. Sounds good. We'll do that. I don't know. Alright, 20 lashes a month for the next half cycle. Deprivation of officers' rations and privileges for the same period with the option to extend. Record that in his file. Fuck, 20 lashes a month. Cease your sniveling, you disgrace yourself and your entire clan. Enough hysterics are... Enough! The hysterics are over. Let us resume. The Master of Ordnance stands up, wiping the blood from his broken nose. His face is a picture of shock. What just happened seems to be dawning on him only now. The knowledge of his fate so narrowly escaped. Alright. Yeah, that was a nice middle ground, I would agree. Alright, to summarize, we have sustained serious losses in crew members, and we require a new engine seer prime and navigator. Is that all that is preventing us from continuing the voyage? Precisely, Lord Captain. But bear in mind that this will not be the end of our trials. The ship's systems must be properly inspected for major damage, which can only be carried out at Footfall Station, home to the only dockyard in the sector, but we will never reach Footfall without first solving these 3 immediate problems. Alright, thank you for all of your reports. Dismissed. The assembled officers salute as one. Your Lordship, there's one other thing, a confidential matter of the utmost importance. Lady Theodora, your esteemed, or eternally esteemed predecessor, brought the ship here to the system for a reason. She was given a secret mission. You perhaps are wondering who the authority to commission a rogue trader to do anything. I shall tell you, the Lord Inquisitor, the hand of the Emperor, the chief architect of his will in the Cronus Expanse. I would be honored to fulfill the commission I came across. Is that so? Sure, I'd be honored. Why not? Alright, Lady Theodora was to seek out Lord Inquisitor's right-hand man, and to interrogate her. You understand, all I know is that he is somewhere in the system, that we must find him and offer him whatever assistance he requires, and deliver him to Footfall in the Freebootness system? Sure. Finding him without any more information to go on will be difficult indeed, but an Inquisitor is an important individual. The authorities in the system either know this, Navis Nobilite, or the governor of Rykard may know something. That is all of it, Your Lordship. You have a great deal of work ahead of you, but it is a mere taste of the daily burden of the rogue trader. Soon you must take up the reins of the Von Valencia Protectorate. Yeah! Bitches come running. Idra, Sister Argenta, explain yourselves. The Psyker is suffering some ailment of dark madness. She insisted on seeing the rogue trader. I judged that it would be unwise to leave her unsupervised. I was also hoping to approach you with a personal request, but it can wait. Speak with me when you have time. Daybreak! I'll bring the switch to heal. Idra, come to your senses. Damn it. Your Lordship, here's the thing. I was trying to see the immediate future, and it hit me so hard my head is still spinning. Something very strange is heading our way, and I can't make out what it is, no matter how hard I try. A single word is all I can make out. Daybreak. Or maybe it's dawn. And then the ringing, or it's ringing and ringing like an echo, like a bell. But if it's daybreak, then why is it so dark? You cannot extract any information of value from a single word. Can you tell us anything else, Mistress Tlass? No, not yet anyway. The voices are going berserk, all shouting at once. I cannot make a sense of it. As soon as I know or sense anything, I'll report it. All right. Lord Captain, if you want me to take a closer look into your future, find me on the bridge and we can talk. Lady Theodora was well served by my whispers on many occasions, and I'm sure you would benefit from them as well. All right. Whee! Oh, I want a chair that does that. Sure, let's do it. All right. You address the crew with a rousing speech and hear voices roll through the ship, reaching even the normally quiet corners of the vessel. When the broadcast ends, you hear distant shouts of approval. That will be all for now. People are... Hey, did you hear? I saw it again. It was in the middle of the decks this time. What'd you hear? Alright. Talking to the people. Done. Tell me about the Voidborn. What can you tell me about the other officers? Good for nothing wasters. Tell me, do you like anyone at all? Alright. Oh, let's go ask you. We're gonna ask everyone's opinion of everyone else. Oh. Alright, well, way to not have an opinion of anyone else. Bridge officer, bridge officer. Bridge officers. Bridge officers. Argenta. Oh, let's talk to Argenta.
Rogue trader.
Oh, audio. Tell me about...
Gladly. There are none more faithful to the God Emperor than my sisters. We fight against his enemies by the will of the Holy Ecclesiarchy. We... I beg your pardon, Rogue Trader. Here I am, talking about what every lesser noble in the Imperium knows. So what exactly are you interested in hearing about? It is. The Sisters of Battle are a fire lit by the God Emperor. They are the echo of his voice that travels through the dark expanses of the universe. We bring his wrath to heretics, mutants, and other enemies of humanity. We protect the faithful from the unholy and unhallowed. Sometimes with words. More often than not with a bolter.
Oh, that's amazing. All sisters are truly faultless. There you go. What order are you from?
Once I had completed my novitiate, I was sent to the Calixian branch of the Order of Our Martyred Lady, assigned to the Order's Pronatus. The Order's mission is vital and noble. The Sisters Pronatus protect great relics of the Imperium. We guard them, preserve them, escort them when they are brought onto the battlefield or presented for pilgrims to venerate. And we seek out the relics that have been lost. Neither a coven of heretics nor the most wicked death world can deter Sisters Pronatus when their goal is to return a piece of the great legacy of the Imperium into the hands of the faithful.
I think I'm gonna like her. The Order pronounced is not one of the Order's militant, and yet you're a trained fighter.
Don't let the name deceive you. The Order's militant trains sisters to march onto the battlefield as an army. That does not make sisters who belong to the non-militant orders timid and helpless. Both the solace-bringing Sisters Hospitaller and the enlightened Sisters Dialogus know how to greet enemies of humanity. Their dialogue with heretics is usually quite short, with the last word being a bolter discharge. And my order has all the more reason to be known for the martial prowess of its sisters. We are the keepers of the Imperium's relics. What would become of our blessed hero's legacy if the Sisters Pronatus could not protect it?
It says you belong to the Clankskin branch of the Order. What brought you to the Cronus Expanse?
The Order sent me to Footfall. My undertaking was to assist the local priesthood of Drusians in caring for a sacred reliquary that had been there since the time of Parson Mr. Wayne, the station's founder.
Are there any other members in the Cronus Expanse?
None that I'm aware of, but the Sisterhood's orders are many, and can operate independently of one another, sending their sisters wherever their presence is needed as deemed by the Ecclesiarchy. Perhaps somewhere in the Lord Inquisitor's retinue, may his path be blessed, my sisters perform their duty as we speak. I wish it were so. Even a single evening spent in joint prayer and training would bring me joy. Even the novices of the Adeptus Sororitas are drawn from among the most worthy. Those who have taken the vows and become a full-fledged sister are the best of the best, tested by trials of body and spirit. Yes, there have been cases when a sister stumbled or showed weakness, but do not expect to hear a story of depravity or downfall from me. Each such occurrence is a great tragedy for us all. Light cannot bear the smallest speck of darkness within. And thus those who have trespassed or shown weakness of spirit are given a chance at redemption. They are called Sisters Repentia, and may the enemy tremble before her, for nothing can stop a sister of battle who yearns to be cleansed of faults and weakness. Wearing nothing but robes, no armor, eviscerator in hand, those sisters who have once faltered find repentance on the battlefield. Their lives are seldom long, but a death in the name of purgation is a better fate than to live with a shadow in one's soul. Should any more arise, keeping them to yourself would be imprudent. It is a virtue to take an interest in holiness. About me? I am the Emperor's daughter and his servant. What else is there to tell about me? I first came here when I found myself in need of passage from Footfall to a remote planet. But I imagine what interests you is not that first journey, but rather what brought me aboard prior to the pirate attack. That story is complicated. It just so happened that
That she... Although, she said pirate, but the text says cultist. I don't know how to feel about that.
I made a mistake. In a moment of laxity, I was ambushed by the accursed followers of the archenemy. I was badly wounded. Lady Theodora came to my aid and brought me aboard her ship, while her crew attended to me in my weakened state. It all happened not too long ago. I'd barely recovered from my wounds when the pirates struck. Truly, the servants of evil know no rest. There is no place where we can be safe from their machinations.
Right? What happened to the people who wounded you?
Sadly, they did not. Lady Theodora was in a hurry and chose not to stay on the planet. Her people took me to a ship while I was unconscious, and when I came to my senses, we were already flying away. How I
pray to come face to face with those heretics once more. And it's bound to happen someday. It happens even to the best of us. My mistakes are my burden to bear. I'll find a way to atone for them. On one of the recently discovered planets in the Expanse, no one suspected that it had already been tainted by the filth of heresy. Had I known it beforehand, of course I would have been on my guard. The path to that planet was lost. All the knowledge is gone, along with the previous navigator. It would take immense effort and resources to rediscover the route. The heir to the von Valancia's protectorate must have plenty of other issues to deal with right now. Perhaps later, when the skies above our heads have cleared. I hadn't been here that long. Just one journey from Footfall, and the other journey, the majority of which I spent in the confines of the medbay. I can't tell you much about the first voyage. I was more focused on prayers and ruminations than on the people around me, or the journey itself. During the last journey, Seneschal Viserion stood out for me. He came by several times to ask about my health. He's an honorable man and a loyal servant of the Imperium. I think he is as meticulous in his inspections of the logistics systems as he is in his inquiries about the health of the occasional sister of battle aboard the ship. But not all of Theodora's people have earned my trust. You know who I'm talking about. There is no place for Adira Tlas among the God Emperor's faithful. I'm surprised she wasn't in league with the pirates. And I'm equally surprised by how deep heresy and treason run in this place. I'm glad we all made it through that dark hour. May the day that follows be bright. As you wish. I indeed have a request, Rogue Trader.
The accursed servants of chaos who assaulted the ship took the lives of your loyal crew members, and they orphaned many children, including the progeny of the brave officers who defended their posts until the bitter end. I don't know what customary practices there are for cases like this on Von Valencia territory, but in the world I'm familiar with, children of such brave souls could expect to receive some special consideration. Perhaps the Lord Trader could meet with the orphans. Sure, let's go ahead and oh man, we're gonna go talk to children. My favorite thing in the world. Yeah, smattering of applause. Motley group of adolescents do not take their eyes off you, gazing at you as you were a creature straight from a fairy tale. Our indefatigable sister has been keeping an eye on these pups. It's hardly the Scala Progenum in here, but we have provided the orphans on our ship with adequate care and instruction. Brave ones, this master of ship appears before you. The one who guided it through the darkest of the universe, by the Emperor's will, greet your Lord Captain, the Rogue Trader of House Valencia. Grandly address the group. I, Rogue Trader, parents gave their lives for this cause. Banners, I'm proud of them. I believe you will become their worthy heirs. Yeah. understand your grief and dismay. Parents died. It's not like it's easy to go through, but you gave your lives for the truth, for the good. Hicks killed your parents, attacked the ship. As I was there, I took command, I fought, I repelled the assault as quickly as I could, but no war can be won without losses. You can only survive. The strong have the power to decide the fate of others. Let's see here. Try to say whether or not your words have left an impression on the boy, but he nods slowly, catches himself, and gives you an awkward bow. Abelard gives a sign. The servants immediately emerge, carrying packaged treats, emblazoned with wrappers. Shawl carries contingency. Yeah, start smacking the kids. Argenta rubs her temple pensively. She smiles and offers a few more words of encouragement, then leaves the bay. Is that it? Can we leave now? That was awkward. Thanks, Buttbot. Alright, let's go talk to her one more time. Maybe she wants to talk more about those orphans. Ah!
Greetings.
Alright. Let's see, what time is it? It is 8:51. I guess we'll continue talking to people. Alright, let's talk to Abelard.
Lord Captain.
Talk about things that may be useful to a rogue trader. I'd like to know more about my son, Shenisal.
As you wish, Lord Captain.
Tell me about
What would
yourself.
you like to know? I used to be an officer in the Navis Imperialis. No, a used to be is not quite right. It was not simply a job. It was my calling, the essence of my life. I was proud to serve Lord Captain Theodora, but in my heart and mind, I'm still an officer of the Imperium. I met Lord Captain Theodora on a mission where the Imperial Navy was providing reinforcement to the rogue traders' army on one of the frontier worlds. Our acquaintance was not easy. Working with people outside the Navy hierarchy has never been my strong suit. It was to my great surprise then, that after the mission's completion, I received a referral to leave my service in the Navy and join the rogue traders' personal council. It was a difficult choice for me. But I saw in the offer a chance to serve the interests of humanity even more effectively than in the Navis Imperialis. You do not need me to tell you just how remarkable a person Lord Captain Theodora was. I recognized her at once as a true leader and formidable creative force. One who had built a protectorate amidst the dangers and wildness of the Expanse.
It's far from easy. Why were you permitted to quit your post?
You could say there was no one among the Naval Command who was willing to impede the wishes of the rogue trader. To do so would be to risk their own position and their relationship with Theodora. The Lord Captain possessed certain contacts in the Imperial Navy. Contacts which she used to request help during the conflict on the border world. And which enabled her to make me an offer that resulted in my joining her retinue. The Navis Imperialis is an ancient institution with its own mandates and muster lists. On occasion, in the heat of an official briefing, or an informal discussion, I violated those rules, determined to press my point. It is challenging to choose the words to accurately express my opinion on a situation or the actions of others that do not sound overly scathing or confrontational. Many in command were inclined to view my manner of speaking as unbefitting a person of my rank.
Yeah, I got 44 experience.
I am a widower. I am a father of 4, and if my information is not outdated, a grandfather of 11.
Holy shit.
My family lives on Dargonus. None of my children express any eagerness or aptitude for serving aboard ship, and I would hardly have insisted that they follow in my footsteps.
Right? Like, those kids got kids.
What? Lord Captain, any allegations of improper feelings or unsanctioned relations are utterly baseless and bordering on the insulting. Utterly baseless. Of course. A noble aspiration, Lord Captain. I am ready to acquaint you with all the particulars that interest you. In the first instance, you should treat official representatives of the Imperium with respect. The Expanse may be on the fringes, but it still numbers among the territories of the Golden Throne. The arrival of the Lord Inquisitor has turned the Coronis Expanse into a less wild and uncontrolled region, to the regret of some individuals who had grown inured to the local lawlessness. Rogue traders such as yourself are also servants of the Imperium. They have been accorded special rights and powers. They wield immense authority within their territory, and they enjoy absolute respect in other parts of the Expanse. The most powerful of them are Kalagos Winterscale and Incendia Bastal Chorda. Tread carefully when dealing with either of them. If we are to speak of unclaimed territory, which is what Footfall is, among the scum that dwells on that handful of asteroids, there are 3 factions that wield considerable influence in the sector. The first is the Kazbala Commission, organized crime in its most primitive form. It holds sway over the Liege of Footfall, and has links to rogue trader Winterscale. The second faction is an offshoot of our shining ecclesiarchy, followers of St. Drusus. They are actively building their forces, and hold influence over rogue trader Chorda. And finally, the third faction, the Explorators, a wing of the Adeptus Mechanicus. They are willing to die and kill for the secrets of the ancient technological heresies that are hidden among the stars of the Coronis Expanse. You know, Lord Captain, I am no admirer of fine art. But when we next find ourselves in a civilized port, with time to spare, I will promptly find an artist and commission a portrait of the individual to whom you refer, with a hole between the eyes. Conrad Voigtveer. That he committed his treachery and escaped with his life was an unforgivable oversight. We both served Lord Captain Theodora for many years, and we never saw eye to eye. He was brash. He was never afraid of assuming responsibility, and he willingly took on difficult tasks. I am loath to admit it, but the Von Valancius Protectorate continues to reap the fruits of his labors to this day. His service always garnered my respect. But everything else about him made me want to wring the neck of that two-faced snake. If you are taking comfort in the thought that we will hear no more of Conrad, prepare to be disappointed. You thwarted his plans, his meticulously plotted and nurtured treachery. He is sure to attempt to strike at you, and he will use his contacts and knowledge of the Protectorate to do so. The only question, Lord Captain, is whether you will be able to anticipate his next steps. This is a topic for an official briefing, not a casual conversation. But I will try to answer succinctly. And if you permit, in my own words, the Coronis Expanse is considerably removed from the heart of the Imperium. This means that local warp routes become useless within months. Established pathways are regularly subject to attacks from all kinds of rabble. And in the only major port, the Imperium's frigates find themselves moored alongside pirate vessels. Until recently, the Coronis Expanse could hardly have been called a region of the Imperium. The situation has changed with the arrival of the Lord Inquisitor, but not by much. This place operates under its own rules, you see. More radical, so to speak. But ones that allow for a non-standard approach where there is a promise of victory. The Coronis Expanse is considered rogue trader territory for a reason. Only rogue traders have sufficient military might, audacity, and the rights granted them by the warrant to survive the leap into the unexplored part of the Expanse, and in the event of a successful outcome, to hold on to whatever they manage to capture on the frontier. As you wish, Lord Captain. I thank you for the honor, but I must decline. As a former military officer, I believe in the importance of order in all things, including the chain of command. You are the Lord Captain, my direct superior. I am not prepared to address you in any way other than as regulation dictates. Lord Captain.
Alright, let's see. You're just a dude waving a thing. And let's talk to people. High fructose corn syrup. Alright, good to know. Idra. Tall, middle-aged woman stares straight ahead, her eyes vacant as she rubs the implants in her temple. Her collar is undone, and one of the clasps is on the verge of falling off. Sensing your presence, Idra turns towards you and offers a crooked smile, even as her eyes look right through you. Where do you come from?
Lyra, an outlying world in the Heathen Stars region. In the Coronis Expanse, the deeper you go, the less visible the Astronomicon gets, and the less people know about the Imperium. The arrival of a rogue trader is the best thing that can happen to a world like that. The very best. It's an out-of-the-way planetoid between two faint stars. On Lyra, a dozen local tyrants fight over 5 measly continents. But they use everything they can to win, from poison to psychers. I haven't been there in many years, but there's nothing for me to miss. Trust me. But here on the ship is a different story altogether. I saw more wonders in my first year serving Lady von Valancius than I'd seen in my whole life on Lyra. Like my first journey through the warp, I was in bed for 3 days. I felt like supernovas were exploding in my head. I only found out later that I'd gotten off easy. Just through the bulkhead in the bay next to mine, a whole team turned into... Look at me rambling on, Lord Captain. Pay no attention.
Right.
Oh, I embroidered wall hangings in honor of our national heroes. I did the same thing I do here, Lord Captain. Divining. Our rulers prized the ability to see into the future. Every psyker that could be found was worth a small fortune on Lyra. There's no such thing as a peaceful life on Lyra. People like me were especially sought after. They'd pick psykers up wherever they found them, buy kids off their parents, even just abduct them. Take me, for instance. I got taken from my street gang. The older kids sold me when they noticed there was something off about me. The ruling dynasties had schools where they trained us and beat us black and blue. And then they packed us off to serve. Some of us held on for a long time, but others didn't last. Not everyone's as smart and talented as me, you know. Some people crossed the line and were out of commission before their time. Theodora von Valancius paid a visit to the ruler I was serving at the time. I don't know what the visit was for, and it's no business of mine anyway. I can still remember the way the voices in my head changed when I looked at her. They were practically screaming. She had so much behind her, and plenty ahead of her too. As I gawped at her, all of a sudden I heard a whisper. A hint, a suggestion, nothing more. But I know the difference between idle chatter and a real threat. I seized my chance and approached Theodora. I managed to whisper a couple of words in her ear before the wardens dragged me away. They beat me and locked me up. No wonder. It wasn't my place to converse with outsiders. And then Theodora's people came for me. They broke down the wall, butchered the guards. Also, I could tell them my warning in full. So I said the rest, but I didn't want to go back to my old life. And so I entered the service of the Von Valancius dynasty. A few times. Not many. And if I think about it, why would I want to? I've got everything I need here. All the whispers I hear are familiar ones. They almost feel like family. And if I want to hear about the nightmares off the ship, I can. After some Amasek. But don't go getting the wrong idea. If I have to, I'll follow you to the edge of the galaxy. It wasn't like it was a very fun trip, Lord Captain. But look, if you want to be entertained, I'm the woman for the job. I'll entertain you with one of the stories from my collection, no problem. But if you want to hear about the time I melted everyone in the bay next door, well, I just don't really want to go into the details on that one, all right? Of course, Lord Captain.
Right?
Lord Captain, forgive me, but it would be like talking to a person born blind about colors. I could spend hours explaining, but it wouldn't make any sense to you. Every Psyker feels their connection with the warp in their own way. One person might see spots and shadows out of the corner of their eye. Another feels fingers running down their spine. As for me, I've got a door in my head. One that's open just a crack. There's no way to close it, no matter how hard I try. I've just had to get used to the whispers from the other side. When I need to use it for work, I listen in more closely. But I usually just try not to notice it. Training, habit, and a little Amasek and a couple other things you can get on the lower decks. If you put all those together, it makes things bearable. Sometimes I even wonder if I'm imagining half the voices I hear. You know, when life on board gets a little boring. Better than listening to the living, anyhow. Well, if the
Amasek
door
is like a
opens, that means
real
somebody's
strong
planning to come in, right?
vodka.
But screw them. They're not coming through. Trust me. I know how to keep my valuable head locked up tight. All right. That's what I'm here for, after all. So, I'm just going to lean on that door in my head a little more, prick up my ears, and listen to what the warp's got to say about you. All right. Let's hear what they're whispering about you. Seek not on firm ground, but in a golden hall suspended in the void. There waits a child without kin, but with a name blind to truth. She draws the brush across the canvas and does not notice that her palette is full not of paint, but of blood. And with each smear, this well does not deplete, but fills and fills up to the brim. One thing is clear. When this vessel overflows, none will remain unstained.
That's ominous.
Among the blind men and false prophets, a red-robed sage seeks the answer to a question. He does not know that it is not the answer he must seek, but the question that will draw everything into focus. Will you help him, rogue trader? But mark that sometimes ignorance is sweeter than oblivion. A chained hound chases after glimmers of the aurora, but sparks and the scent of oil confound his nose. The chain trails after him. What will happen if you pick it up? Will you become his master, or merely another beast in the pack of his true lord? The glow of dawn bursts forth from its prison. Dungeon walls cannot contain the dark essence wallowing in the dust. A naive cub pushes his nose into a familiar hand, one that holds death in twisted glass. Cherish it or cast it off as a burden. The sword of change has already been raised. What is one more life to it?
I'm sorry, Lord Captain. The voices are going wild. I can't make out a thing. I'll try to rein them in, somehow. But for now...
None of the officers knew the Lord Captain well. Not even Abelard, and she was always closer to him than anyone else. She told me from the off that if I ever listened to anything in the warp about her without her permission, I'd be going out through the airlock. I'm not an idiot, so I never stuck my nose where it didn't belong. Only when I was asked.
It's hard to wrap my head around the fact that she's gone. Lady von Valancius gave me everything I have. She opened the stars to me and the paths between them. I still think I can hear her voice.
The little sister is afflicted with her own set of voices. Ones that whisper to her about corruption and heresy. The silly girl doesn't realize that if she wants to find the source, she needs to start by looking in her own head.
You bet I do, Lord Captain.
Okay, so we went to Footfall once. Well, I mean, Lord Captain Theodora went to Footfall a lot. But on that occasion, she took me with her for some reason. My day had gotten off to a bad start. My head had been yammering since I woke up, but there was nothing else for it. I had to go. We arrive at the place, and what a place! All the gentlemen and ladies dressed to kill, showing off their encrusted implants, all clustered around little tables. Well, turned out it was a gaming den. And not just any gaming den, but one run by somebody with deep pockets for people with just as much cash to splash. You should have seen it. People gambling away planets in a game of regicide. Anyway, so the Lord Captain wanted me to help her beat some guy. So I tell her, the chips won't land in your favor. You'll get a bad hand. Don't sit down at that table, your ladyship. But did she listen? Of course she didn't. If there's one thing she never lacked, it's stubbornness. So they sat down and the cards were dealt. I'm hovering around like I'm not involved, but I'm keeping my eye on things. And everything in my head keeps getting louder and louder. Anyway, it's a good thing I realized in time that my mind wasn't going haywire over a losing hand, but something else. I made some excuse to drag the Lord Captain up from the table and took her away from that place. And a few minutes later, the room where we'd been... It turned out some wise guy had the same bright idea to bring a pet psyker along with him. One of those ones who just scuttle around in Footfall's underbelly. And the psyker just freaked out, I guess. After all the commotion, people went to see what happened in the room. And they'd all gone for each other's throats. Literally. With teeth. And I think they completely detached that asteroid from Footfall and pushed it off into open space so it would head off toward the local star. What are you talking about, Lord Captain? Look, Lady Theodora couldn't care less if some eggheads measured my brains or not. It's not about the seal on your forehead, get it? It's about what's in your gut, if it's rotten or not. My gut's stronger than the adamantine on this here ship. And my implants are better than the ones they put in you on your Terra. If they weren't, I wouldn't have lived as long as I have. Of course. Always at your service. Whenever you need me.
Alright, I think I've talked to everybody. Alright, what time is it? It is 9:14. I guess we can call it there. We talked to everybody. Our next thing will be to go into the Expanse and do some ship traveling. Alright, oh, I guess we can read this. The events born to take place in a vast region of space known as the Corn's Expanse. The sector is comprised of numerous star systems, many of which you'll get a chance to visit. You will... what you see... Each star system contains objects you can interact with, such as point of interest. I mean, I've started the story arc. I have to go find people now. But I guess we can go here. Boxmaster. Lord Captain, reporting. The heralds of the Navis Nobilite continue to maintain Vox silence, perhaps due to the being off limits to visitors. Yeah, well, we successfully stopped those guys, and we are now the rogue trader. So, boop. Turn back? No one dares give me orders. For the auger crew to scan the station. The officers, but the information is precise. Order crew to commence docking with the station. Affirmative. We do not know what is happening in the station, so it'll look good. I guess we'll get to the station, we'll save, and next week we will do station things. Press any button. Ooh. This place looks wrecked. Yeah, station management.
You dare to argue with your master?
It was not you whom I swore to serve within these walls. My lips are sealed.
Nice.
Confess. What was the old man's last command? What are you planning?
Give up, Keeper. You have lost this battle. Again.
We're getting nowhere with these ones, sir. Permission to execute them.
Yeah, infidels. Dude, that was a straight up shotgun blast. Step no further. There's some strange guests on the station. Step back or I unleash the horrors of Sea of Souls upon you. Emperor, be my witness. Abelard, if you'd be so kind. Before you stands his lordship, Rogue Trader, heir to the greatest protectorate of the Coronis Expanse, and bearer of the sacred warden trade. Allow me to point out the noblite custom requires Lord Navigator to introduce himself first, but given the usual circumstances of the station, his lordship, the Rogue Trader, is willing to turn a blind eye to your hostility. But just this once. In this case, I shall turn a blind eye to your unceremonious invasion, but just this once. Very well. Allow me to introduce myself before you see stands Felix, whatever, keeper of the place, so you did not arrive to offer support to the traders. This is great news. Having said that, you must understand that is a holy sanctum to the House of Cerlio, and the path to it is only revealed to a select few. It pains me to say that you are not on the guest list. Let's see. I came here. I'm looking for the Lord Inquisitor's interrogator. One, you know anything of his current location? I think I would know such an important visual. Where all the corpses come from the trail. The most banal thing, life. Don't you think? I was stabbed in the back by my closest friend, the second keeper, and my mentor. On his instructions, my own people sabotaged the generators, blew up the shuttles, and brutally massacred all the loyal servants of my mistress. Most unforgivably, they dared to make her prisoner. Greedy scum, I swear by the throne's light, their souls will perish in the darkness of the void. The madmen have captured Lady Cassia and are now torturing her upstairs. While we are idly chatting down here, help me rescue her or be gone, but waste no more of my precious time. Right? Kind of help are you talking about? I still have questions. Take him by force. I do not care about your mistress. I'm taking you for the navigator. Your words are rife with disrespect. I will not tolerate it. Oh, Billy, do I want to be that asshole? Let's see. Fuck it. You invade the sanctum, and you shall face inglorious demise. It does not matter anymore. To arms!
Take a knee and bow before me.
For the Emperor!
This might have been a terrible decision, but you know what? It is what it is. Let's throw you here. Let's throw you. I'm pretty sure it auto-saved. And if not, well, we learned our mistake. Alright. Go.
My faith strengthens me.
Follow my lead.
You can do manual saves.
I must not falter.
Alright, let's throw that on you. Let's throw that on
That is not my destiny.
you. Can I yell at you? No. Can I yell at you? Yes.
Of course.
Vomit. Oh, it didn't kill him? Alright, I think that's all you can do.
What is the ringing?
break their
Takes a
morale.
shotgun blast to the face. My ears are ringing.
I've suffered worse.
Mocking me.
Alright, let's see. I can't do that, so we will first do this. And we will hit you now.
All too easy.
Alright, let's see here.
I'll do it.
Wow. That increases your ballistic skill. Alright, let's come over here, I guess. And we are going to pop a shot at you, I guess. Hey, you know what? Let's go ahead and really go ham. Let's that wasn't bad. 2 shots.
Weapon at the ready.
Alright, first thing we're gonna do is
I will do my duty.
and we will do that. And we will come here and we will smack you.
Victory is imminent. I took care of this one.
And then we'll come over here. And then no, we want to do unrelated to any of this. No More Heroes 2 and 3 are on Steam. Nice. Yeah, I keep meaning to go and play 3. I haven't played 3 yet, but I am interested in playing 3. Yeah.
Onward! Curse you, miscreant! Moving out!
There you go. That kid knows where it's at. Alright, let's hit you.
Anything else?
Then we'll hit you. You know what?
Will do.
That doesn't seem fair.
Stay vigilant!
Yeah, no, I really enjoyed the No More Heroes games. They were pretty fun. Let's just go ahead and pop right there. We're gonna smack this guy with the sword. Go smack. Then we're gonna go ahead and do you. And can I do you? Yes, I can. Which means I can do this. Go smacky on you. And then yeah, we'll call that your turn. Call that your turn.
Nothing.
High momentum.
What the fuck was that?
It will be done.
Alright. I guess we'll just smack this guy again.
Target
Bam!
well struck.
And guess we don't have to go anywhere.
God Emperor, move through me. Be the fire in my heart. As the Emperor commands, I act. Doubt is for the weak. Each strike is a prayer.
I really like the sister.
Follow my lead.
Weather the storm!
Pain and duty go hand in hand.
Alright, let's take you. And move you there. And we're going to...
No can do. Was it you? Or...
And we'll explode this guy, hopefully.
An unfortunate turn of fate.
There we go. And, let's see if we can get that on
I'm
you.
not so sure.
Oh, okay.
That's nothing worse.
Suits my purposes. Nothing of value has been lost.
Can't do that to you, so... And then we will go ahead.
Indeed.
Indeed. Engage.
It will be done.
Guided by faith.
Man.
Follow my lead. My will endure.
Cover me!
Yeah, Argenta's the sister of battle who isn't doing great in terms of hitting things. I'm gonna go here just in case. I don't want to shoot Abelard.
At your beck and call.
It's about time.
You guys shouldn't have open fired at me. Just saying.
I won't tolerate weakness.
Alright, well.
The premonition runs true.
Follow my lead!
Alright, well. Right. But we'll go ahead, save here. And, and yeah, we'll, next week we'll see about getting a navigator for our ship. And yeah. And hopefully nobody will be rude to me anymore, so that way I can not have to kill everybody. But yeah, have a good night, and we'll see you next week. Later.